Okay, fine. So let us start today. Before that, what we have done in our last lecture, uh, to decide whether a vector is linear combination of given vectors or not. So it leads to the system of linear equations, and we solve the system of linear equations, and in the process we learn the process. That process is actually called Gauss elimination process, and in the matrix format, the matrix found is called the echelon form. Okay, so actually let us recall that what we have done earlier, that is the procedure just illustrated uses three types of operations, is not it? To simplify the original system of linear system. What was that? First one was that uh, interchanging the order of any two equation, right? Interchanging the order of equation does not affect our system of linear equation, does not affect our solution, right? Second thing is that multiplying to any equation to any equation in the system, of course we are talking about the system, by a non-zero constant. Remember, by a non-zero constant. And third, adding a constant multiple of any equation to another equation in the system. Right? So these three operations do not change the solutions. So these three, okay, so these three do not change. These three means these three operations do not change the solution, of course, of a system of linear equations. Okay, so I hope it is clear what we have done in previous lecture. So we have done all these three operations. We have interchanged the order of equation. That means writing the first equation in the last and last equation at the first place. No problem. There will be no change in the solution. Multiplying to any equation or dividing by any non-zero number does not change the solution. Already you have seen the equation was divided by 2, the second equation, because 2 is the common everywhere. So we have divided by 2. That is, we multiplied by the non-zero number 1 by 2. So same thing. Adding a constant multiple of any equation to another equation in the system does not affect that. Okay? Means here you can take the zero multiple. So but zero multiple does not add or subtract anything to the equation. So that's why these three operations are also called elementary operations. So in matrix theory, you may encounter or you might have encountered that these three operations are used to simplify the system of linear equations. Okay. So the system of linear equation is a natural consequence of the very concept of system of linear equation. Okay. So let us see another example where the vectors, whether a given vector is a system, is a linear combination of given vectors or not. So let's go to the second page. Okay, here. So question goes like this. So this is an example actually. Let our vector space V is axion n is equal to 1 to infinity, which is a sequence in R, such that limit n tends to infinity, axion is 0. What is this set? This set is the set of all sequences of real numbers which are converging to 0. Then you can see that under the usual operation of addition and scalar multiplication, V is a vector space over R. Right? It's very simple. Now consider a set. Let S is the set like this: 1, 0, 0 everywhere. Okay. So it is not the full stop here. Sorry. Okay. So this is going to be continued. Okay. Continue. Dot, dot, dot. Another element is 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0 everywhere, 0, and so on. This is continued. Okay. So this set is actually written like this: E1, E2, E3, and so on, somewhere En, and so on. So this is an infinite set. E1 means its the first place is 1 and everywhere 0. E2 means it is a sequence whose second term is 1 and everywhere 0. E3 means its third term is 1 and everywhere 0, and so on. So En is this. Then the sequence, let us take x is equal to 1 by n. N is equal to 1 to infinity. And you know very well what is this. This is 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 3, and so on, 1 by n, and so on. So no term is 0. Here each and every term is non-zero. And that is basically first term is 1, second is 1 by 2, nth is 1 by n, and so on. So you see, the natural question is whether this vector x, of course, this belongs to V. X belongs to V or not? What do you say? Belongs to V, because limit n tends to infinity, axion is here 0. 1 by n goes to 0, is not it? So that's it. So this is a sequence which converges to 0. So that's why this is a sequence in the vector space V. So the question is whether this vector x can be expressed as a linear combination of E1, E2, E3, or not. That is, we can write, we can find finite number of vectors in S such that x can be written like this or not. What is the answer, please? What was the question? Question whether x can be expressed as a linear combination of vectors in S from S or not. So this is the question. What do you say? Please respond. Someone. You on your mic and speak. No problem. Yes, sir. Okay. So tell me the vectors which can be right. Tell me the vector, please. Which one is the vector? हाँ? बताइए बताइए कौन सा वेक्टर है जिससे हम लिख सकते हैं भाई? बोलिए। आप देखिए x क्या है, फिर से मैं लिख रहा हूं 1 है, 1/2 है, 1/3 है, 1/4 है, 1/5 है एंड सो ऑन। ये कंटिन्यू है ना, खत्म नहीं होने वाला। तो x को हम लीनियर कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ वेक्टर्स लिख सकते हैं। व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ लीनियर कॉम्बिनेशन? बताइए। नहीं समझे? What is the answer? First, let me answer this. So, answer is X is not a linear combination of vectors in S. Reason is that you cannot find, because we cannot find, okay, finite number of vectors in S whose linear combination gives the vector X. Is not it? Because if you take finite number of terms, finite number of vector in S, you have only the finite number of ones. Is not it? Only finite number of non-zero terms. Because E1 has only one non-zero term, that is first. E2 has only one non-zero term, that is one at second place, and so on. So if you consider finite number, suppose for example, Xn is alpha 1 E1 plus alpha 2 E2. I'm sorry. Okay. If you consider X is alpha 1 E1 plus alpha 2 E2 plus ... alpha n En. For a moment, suppose alpha n En for some n, or some n belongs to n, then it must be. So you see, X must be, if you write, so X is alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3, and so on, alpha n. Because you know that at E1 is 1, 0, 0. So multiplying to alpha 1, let me do that. Okay. Let me do that. Otherwise, you will not understand. Okay. X is what I'm writing, E alpha 1, 1, 0, 0, everywhere 0. Then plus alpha 2, 0, 1, then everywhere 0, 0, 0, 0. Plus and so on. Plus alpha n in bracket 0, 0, 0, 0 at nth place 1 and everywhere 0. This is actually nth place, right? And then plus just n. So if you just take just n, then what you are going to do? What we have done? We have done that this X means 1, 1/2, 1/3, and so on, 1/n. After that, 1/n plus 1, 1/n plus 2, all these are the terms in X. And this is equal to, the first term is alpha 1, 0, 0, 0, plus 0, comma alpha 2, 0, 0, 0, plus similarly 0, 0, alpha 3, then 0, 0 everywhere, plus nth term everywhere 0 except at the nth place. So this is the nth place. And then again 0, 0, 0. If you add these vectors component wise, what you get? Alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3, and so on, alpha n. And after that everywhere 0. So whether these two vectors are same? No, these two vectors are not same. But 1 upon n plus 1 is not 0. Because if you compare, then alpha 1 must be 1. That's okay, we can find. Alpha 2 is 1/2. Okay, you can take alpha 2 is 1/2, and so on. Alpha n is 1/n. Of course, you can take alpha n is 1/n. But after that, you have only 0, 0, 0. Right? You see here, only you have 0, 0, 0 everywhere. See, after alpha n, what you have? 0, then 0, again 0. But here you see, you have 1 upon n plus 1, 1 upon n plus 2, and so on. So this cannot be 0 for a natural number. Okay, and therefore X is not a linear combination of vectors in S. So please respond whether it is clear or not. Clear to everyone? बताइए भाई, समझ में आया या नहीं? यस सर, ओके, थैंक यू, गुड गुड गुड। चलिए तो हम लोग आगे बढ़ते हैं। या लेट अस टेक अनदर एग्जांपल. This example is from the polynomial vector space. The example is like this: V is equal to P3R. What is P3R? P3R means the set of all the polynomials. So this is nothing but the vector space of all polynomials, of degree not exceeding 3. That means less than or equal to 3, not exceeding 3. So we have to prove that number 1, 2x cube minus 2x square plus 12x minus 6 is a linear combination of number 1, x cube minus 2x square minus 5x minus 3. Let us call this as a polynomial px. And another one is 3x cube minus 5x square minus 4x minus 9. This is, let us call this as qx over r. Of course, over r means the coefficients are from the real numbers. But this polynomial 2x cube minus 2x square plus 12x, I'm sorry, but this polynomial, which polynomial? Yeah, the polynomial is 3x cube minus 2x square plus 7x minus 8 is not. Is not means this is not a linear combination of the above two vectors qx and qx. Okay, so let us verify. Let's verify this. Okay, so let us verify. Actually, number 1, what we want to find? We wish to find scalars a and b such that, क्या चाहते हैं भाई? We wish to find a and b such that this vector, let us call this gx, this plus this, call this as gx. Okay, so what is your problem? Such that gx is equal to a, such that gx is equal to a px plus b times qx. Is not it? Vector b is equal to a1 u1 plus a2 u2. So in place of the vector b, you have the polynomial gx. In place of the vector u, your vector u1 is px and vector u2 is qx. And for simplicity, we are calling it the scalars a and b. Okay, so let us write again. Let's go to the next page. What is that? Is that the vector, this one is 2x cube minus 2x square plus 12x minus 6. So this is your gx is equal to a times x cube minus 2x square minus 5x minus 3. Then plus b times 3x cube minus 5x square minus 4x minus 9. If you simplify this, what you have? You have a plus 3b x cube, because you see the coefficient of x cube here is a and here it is 3b. So a plus 3b x cube. Then similarly plus minus 2a minus 5b x square. Then plus minus 5a, I'm sorry, minus 5a minus 4b x, and the constant term goes like this, minus 3a minus 9b. Okay. So if you equating the polynomial means the coefficient of x cube is both the sides same, coefficient of x square both the sides same, and coefficient of x must be same, and the constant term must be equal to the constant. Thus, we are led to the following system of linear equation. So the system of linear equation is that a plus 3b is equal to 2, minus 2a minus 5b is equal to minus 2, minus 5a minus 4b is equal to 12, and minus 3a minus 9b is equal to minus 6. So you have here 4 equations in 2 unknowns. Unknowns are a and b. So again, the system of linear equation, to find the solution of this system of linear equation is natural. Okay. So you just solve it. Let us go to the next page. Go to the next page. So from a plus 3b is 2, and if you solve this, okay, then it is b is 2. A plus 3b minus 2a minus 5b. So what is 2? You just see, if you multiply in equation 1 by 2, then you have 2a plus 6b is equal to 4. And the second equation was minus 2a minus 5b is equal to 2. So just add it. So what you have, b is equal to, here it is minus 2, I'm sorry, minus 2. Minus 2. Nothing. Fine. So here you have minus times 2. So what you have? You have b is equal to just 2. B is equal to 2. And if you take b is equal to 2, is just 2. Okay, so then fine. So we have done here. So we have a is minus 4 and b is 2. So this is a solution. Okay. So this implies linear combination is possible. Okay. Linear combination is possible. So I'm sorry for that. But the second is not possible. Okay. So let us do this. We are not running out. Okay, fine.